There are 8 rappers that can beat Jay-Z in the Verzuz. What's up, world? Your boy Charles Brown back again talking facts. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. Keep sending those cash apps to CLBMG. Join the membership gang. Listen, I don't know what's going on right now, gang. It feels like the hip-hop world is topsy-turvy, and people who used to be looked at with high regard and infatuation, with idealistic properties, now I don't know where all the hate come. I have not seen this level of hate. Jay-Z has always been getting hate. Let's just be clear. Since the advent of social media, even before social media, Jay-Z has always rapped about and has always received his fair share of hate. It's never, ever not been like that. It's been heavier at times. It's been lighter at times. It's been times where hip-hop has tolerated Jay-Z more, but for some reason, right now, and I guess we're in an age where it's popular to hate people. It is popular to be at odds with people in an angry way. But for some reason, the hate for Jay-Z is incredible right now. He gets a lot of love. Don't get it twisted. But when that man said nobody can beat me in the Verzuz, what you're supposed to say, I don't know a rapper on earth. Right? I don't know a rapper on earth. What's that rapper? The white dude from Florida named Stitches. Y'all remember Stitches? Stitches is supposed to say, nobody can beat me in the Verzuz. You're supposed to say that as a rapper. You're supposed to say that. But for some reason, Jay-Z said, nobody can beat me in the Verzuz, which he's damn near almost right. Because his verses, his hits go very long, gang. We're talking 30 years of hits. It ain't many of you guys that can compete with him. 30 years of hits. He gonna shake that room. I know a lot of you guys don't want to admit it, but he gonna shake that room. He gonna do certain songs. It's gonna get ugly. Then you want to start doing gimmicks, bringing out features. Don't do it. You're gonna have a problem with this guy. So I know it's cool to hate, but I'm gonna be here to tell you to burst your bubble. It's gonna be very hard. Very hard to beat this man in the Verzuz. I know it sound good. Right? This guy, that guy in the third. Oh, this girl, this guy, da-da-da. It's not going to be that simple. Because this guy going to come out, dun, 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 dun. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. So the simple fact of the matter is, Jay-Z is damn near unbeatable. I know you want to believe otherwise, right? It's unbeatable. This guy is damn near unbeatable. But for shits and giggles, there is a list on hotnewhiphop.com by a journalist named Erica Marie, who made a list that says top 8 artists who could battle Jay-Z in the Verzuz. Now, I'm going to hype up the title and say could beat Jay-Z. Doesn't mean I necessarily believe or not, but I do want to talk about this list because we can have a conversation. We can have the conversation. A lot of you gonna be like, yo, Charles, you a Jay-Z rider, da-da-da-da-da. Save your breath, gang. I just know what's going on out here in these streets. I know what's going on with this music, and I know this man got joints you done forgot about. I know this man got joints that's gonna come out and shake the room, right? Right? I know this guy got, allow me to reintroduce myself. The fireworks gonna go up and that room gonna go crazy. And you're gonna be like, shit, I didn't understand what was really going to happen when this guy came out. I know you saying there's certain people that can get him, right? Oh, this guy, that guy, Juvenile. You got all these names y'all throwing. But in actuality, when that room get filled with XYZ amount of people, I don't know what kind of room, 2 grand, 3,000 people, 50,000 people, it's going to have to be a big room. This dude going to shake it, gang, and it's going to be really ugly. God forbid he get a DJ in there that's rocking with it. He going to have Young Guru back there. It's going to get, listen, gang, I don't know if you understand what's going to happen when this man comes out there. But without further ado, let's talk about the 8 artists that Erica Marie has said who could possibly beat Jay-Z, okay? Rock with me. Who could truly go song for song with Jay-Z on a Verzuz stage? We break down the artists with the catalog, legacy, and cultural weight. That's the thing, cultural weight. Right now, cultural weight is depreciating because everybody on social media has an opinion, and a lot of people feel like they can do it just like him, or they can do it better, or this guy's better, or Jay-Z's he's Illuminati. So it's a lot of reasons, but cultural weight it's depreciating. So I'm gonna name 8 people who have all lost their cultural weight. At this point, the culture is tough to hold a lot of respect. Because, like I said, so many voices and so many reasons. Like, it'll be somebody that used to like Jay, but now Nicki don't like Jay, so now they don't like Jay. So it's like a lot of politics with it, right? Even though they love his records, it's not a third, it's politics. Somebody that used to like Megan, or now they don't like Megan, so now they like. So it's like it's a lot of stuff that adds to this stuff. But Jay-Z does have the cultural weight. When you peel back the layers, when you get in that room and these songs start coming on, all that shit gonna float. It's gonna be like melting pounds off you know what I'm saying, off your body, gang. When you work out, it's gonna be like sweat. People gonna forget all that shit and just start dancing. So let me continue. Last week's Verzuz battle between Cash Money and No Limit saw 2 heavyweight rap crews celebrating their biggest hits by coming together in a friendly square-off in Vegas. Their catalogs dripped with sounds that once defined Southern rap, and fans worldwide tune in to reminisce on hip-hop's glory days. Nostalgia permeated the room, and when the show wrapped, it raised a familiar question: who is next to take the stage? Verzuz fans have been discussing this question for years. Like clockwork, Jay-Z's name is at the center. In 2021, during a Twitter Spaces event hosted by Alicia Keys, Jay-Z addressed it head on. Quote, "No disrespect, I'm just telling you guys the real. Everyone's amazing while standing his ground. No one can stand on that stage with me. There's not a chance in hell that anyone can stand on that stage for, I don't know how long it is, 2 hours. You got to stand in front of the Grammy Family Freestyle Live. No one has ever seen me perform that. You got to stand in front of that." Let's get to that. In the immortal words of Zip with the Drip, let's get to that. See, I know it's hard to be a fan these days. Everybody's so quick. Y'all listen to music you guys listen to music now to form your opinion of what you're going to write on Twitter. Like, you're not even listening to music to actually enjoy it. You're trying to figure out how you're going to say that it's mid or it's trash so you can make this quick joke and get a bunch of likes. Y'all not listening no more. A lot of you. I'm not going to say everybody. Y'all guys are already formulating opinions as you listen. Everybody's like Chill Rob G said, everybody's a critic. Everybody's a critic. It's getting kind of hectic. At the end of the day, when you get on that stage, all that sound good. What song, this, that, and the third. But this guy got some bangers, gang. Then he going to do like Big Daddy Kane and do shit that he never done before. This dude got B-sides that'll end a lot of these dudes before it even start. He can do B-sides, gang. I don't think you know how many records this guy got. Let's just be honest. Challz, you a D-rider. I'm just a real dude, gang. I would tell you if it wasn't logical. But this guy is a problem. And him defeating almost anybody is a problem. It's logical. Let me continue. To measure someone against Jay-Z is close to weighing them against hip-hop itself. His career extends beyond the mic. His awards tally alone demands attention. He has earned 25 Grammy Awards, the most of any hip-hop artist. He has also been inducted into both the Songwriters Hall of Fame, the first rapper to be so, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the first solo living rapper. As of 444, Jay-Z chalked up 14 #1 albums on the Billboard 200. 14 #1 albums. Kanye is about to release his 11th studio album, and he keeps pushing it back. That's bully. 4 of them before that is unadulterated garbage. What we talking about? Everybody thinking Kanye could go, but let me just finish this conversation. The breadth help explain why the talk of Verzuz against him carries a different weight. For Gen Z critics who say he doesn't have the right hits, you hear the echo of generational gap. But the catalog argues otherwise. If Jay-Z is the benchmark, then any contender must match more than songs. They must compare legacy, infrastructure, influence, longevity, and cultural resonance. Because when Ho says there is no one who can stand on stage with me, he's laying out conditions. Now, the simple fact of the matter is that Gen Z thing is going to be the problem. Those are the ones with most disrespect. They're learning stuff from social media. They didn't learn it in real time like we did. We didn't see the battles. We didn't see all the back and forth. We didn't see this guy in real time when the entire New York was against him. Where it is, Jay can't come back home. Guess when I heard that? When I was back home. They didn't see that when the whole New York was lined up against him, including Prodigy, rest in peace, Prodigy, HNIC, all that shit. Everybody was coming at Jay. You know what this dude Jay did? It's a song called The Takeover. And at the end of the song, he said, for all you other dudes taking shots at Jigga, you only get half a bar. Fuck y'all niggas. Shut down everybody. That's when Fat Joe decided to make up with Jay-Z. Half these motherfuckers was taken out of the game with one bar, gang. Challz, you a D-rider. I'm just trying to be honest with you, gang. They wasn't there. These Gen Z people they don't have no clue of what was going on back in the early 2000s. They don't understand. It was a fight for New York. Remember that game, Def Jam Fight for New York? It was a real fight for New York. That era was serious. You had DMX, you had Jadakiss, you had Jay-Z, you had Nas, you had Mobb Deep. Rest in peace, Big Pun had passed, but he was part of that from the late 90s on. It was a fight for New York. And when that dude went on that stage and said, you was a ballerina, I got the pictures, I seen you. He ended Prodigy's, listen, I know a lot of you gonna get in the comments and have an issue. He ended Prodigy's run for mayor, for King of New York when he went on that. Was it fair? No. Prodigy was a child in a Michael Jackson vest, in a Michael Jackson glove. He was dancing as Michael Jackson. We all wanted to be Michael Jackson. Did not matter. When he said, you was a ballerina, I got the pictures, I seen. He pointed at the screen. He showed Prodigy smiling with a Michael Jackson glove. It ended Prodigy's run for King of New York. I'm just going to be, and it hurt Mobb Deep to the core. They never rebounded. You're going to get in the comments and say, well, Mobb Deep made this record, that record for Jay. Mobb Deep never recovered from that. They never recovered from that diss. They went on to make music. They made records. They still were Mobb Deep. They never recovered. They ended up signing with 50 Cent, G-Unit Records, and the rest is history. They never recovered, gang. I'm just going to be honest. And I love Mobb Deep. They got a new album out right now called, I believe what it's called, The Infinite, I believe. Go check that Mobb Deep record out. But it is what it is. This man ends people's careers. I'm just going to be honest. So let me read this. I know we went all the way around the Mulberry Bush to get to the 8 artists that could battle Jay-Z in the Verzuz. I'm going to tell you right now, I agree with every artist on here. Will they beat him? Let's discuss it. Let's discuss it. Number 1, it says the contenders in no particular order. I'm going to say this could be the order, but let's have the conversation. Number 1, Kanye West, the visionary. Kanye West could give Jay a run for his money on that stage. Kanye would be a problem. The old Kanye West, I don't know about this guy, but the old Kanye West could be a problem. Jay-Z gave Kanye West a shot, and what Ye did with it changed everything. Once upon a time, Kanye West was a hungry producer, crafting sped up soul loops for Rockefeller. He reset the label sound from the inside, giving Jay some of his most iconic production on the blueprint. Now listen, some of those records will be used against them in this so-called Verzuz, right? Some of them records are really big records that Kanye made, and they will be used against him. Let me continue. However, Kanye didn't stay in the booth. He stepped to the mic, and by the time College Dropout landed in 2004, he had already redrawn the boundaries of who a rapper could be. Moreover, Kanye's catalog is one of the most sonically diverse in hip-hop. His earlier work set the stage with Late Registration, Graduation, 808s of Heartbreak, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, each project sounding like its own world. He earned dozens of Grammys, sold over 160 million records worldwide, and maintained a presence that forces cultural conversation even when he's not invited to it. Musically, he's collaborated with Jay-Z on some of their most memorable material. Run This Town, Niggas in Paris, Watch the Throne, all big records. Jay-Z's on them records. As a full project made them look less like rivals and more like twin architects of a generation. Yet their relationship is famously volatile with rumors of business tensions and different worldviews that have pulled them apart more than once. So right there, they would never be on the stage against each other. They would never They would never do a versus whatsoever because Jay's ideologies don't mix with Kanye's. They're so far on the spectrum now. He's telling you he's a Nazi. He really don't like his own race. He couldn't stand on stage with a guy that's culturally saying, I'm here for the race. Everything I do is for the race. They could never even stand on stage, but let's just say they did. Let's just say for shits and giggles, you removed all of that political fodder and said, let's go song for song. Now, a lot of Ye's biggest records were with Jay-Z. Right there, Jay-Z already got the antidote. He's already going to shoot you in the foot with your own music. And Kanye got some really big records, right? All these, like he got some family, like he just got so many records that we're going to say Ye is killing. But at the same time, Jay-Z could do a cheat code and play the records he got with Ye that are massive hits. He can diffuse Ye with Ye. He got too many big records with Kanye. I don't see Kanye beating Jay in the slightest. Kanye got a lot of big records, but Jay got bigger records that include Kanye. So as Kanye is swelling up with all these records, Jay-Z could do a set of all the features they got. He can come out with Monster. He can come out with Niggas in Paris. He can come out with the big records that he got that got the feeling of Ye on them and diffuse Ye just as quickly. This is my opinion. I think that Ye would get beat by Kanye in the battle. That's just my opinion. Jay wouldn't even have to do his own shit. Because all these people in the crowd are Kanye fans, that are Kanye fans, going to have to rock with the records that Jay do. Kanye wouldn't see that coming. I'm just going to be honest. Let me continue. My opinion, Kanye loses. That's my opinion. But he could battle him. He can battle him. Let me continue. Number 2 is Nas, the respected rival. It was clear that Nas was setting the bar when he dropped the Illmatic in 1994. It didn't go platinum out the gate, but it became scripture in hip-hop circles. Then Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt landed 2 years later, and comparisons were inevitable. Both were from New York and moved like students of Rakim and Big Daddy Kane. Their beef in the early 2000s produced classics like Takeover and Ether. They were theses, statements wrapped in diss tracks. The battle wasn't about who could rhyme better. It was about who the hip-hop world believed. Years later, the rivalry settled. They've performed together and shouted out each other, yet Nas has never needed proximity to Jay-Z to remain relevant. He earned his longevity with 17 studio albums, including Grammy-winning King's Disease. He built a catalog that stretches from street poetry to grown man reflections. His recent run with producer Hit Boy, including King's Disease 3 and Magic, was critically acclaimed, further cementing Nas as a writer whose pen never ran out of ink. Now, let me just say this. I am a huge Jay-Z and a huge Nas fan. 100%. Salute to the lady with the dog. 100%. Nas is my guy, right? And Jay-Z is my guy. I say this all the time. I say Nas won the battle, Jay-Z won the war. I know a lot of people get highly offended and come in my comments. A lot of guys take that shit to heart. They get in my comments and call me some really mean things. I'm just gonna be honest. But to me, and I can't really even say that anymore. That's like an outdated. That's an outdated phrase. Because I made that, and I didn't make it up, but a lot of people were saying that 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Nas won the battle, Jay-Z won the war. Well, with this new revival of Nas, I gotta kind of reissue that statement. I can't keep saying that Nas lost the war, Jay-Z won the battle, because Jay-Z's a better businessman. Every other attribute that if hip hop, Jay-Z mastered that. Nas is just the greatest lyricist of all time. I say that all the time. I mean that. Nas is the greatest lyricist. He took what Rakim done and improved on it and perfected it. Nas is hands down the greatest. I didn't say greatest rapper. I didn't say greatest artist, greatest performer. Nas, when it comes to lyricism, Nas is the greatest lyricist of all time. I've seen Nas perform more times in real life than I've seen Jay-Z perform. I have seen Nas. Nas is the pinnacle MC. Nas can go 2 hours and you don't even realize it's been 2 hours. He got so many records that the records, they don't stop coming. So Nas is infinite with his skill level and what he can say. And Nas really could give Jay-Z a really, really good battle. The way KRS-One battled Big Daddy Kane. Everybody counted out Big Daddy Kane because what were we doing before the battle? When Nas and when Big Daddy Kane and KRS-One were doing the verses before it started, we started counting hit records. Like, well, how many records do Big Daddy Kane really got? Let's be honest. He got Raw. He got he got Smooth Operator, and he may got like it's a couple. I Get the Job Done. He got a couple joints, but he can't really go. We all knew going into that battle with Big Daddy Kane and KRS, Big Daddy Kane didn't have enough records for KRS-One. He just didn't. We knew it. But what he did was he came into that joint prepared, and he had a lot of really good freestyles, a lot of really good underground moves he made. He did some performing-wise things that nobody expected, and I really believe, in my opinion, and KRS-One, my top 5 go like this: KRS-One and Rakim and Big Daddy Kane, and you could flip KRS from Rakim whenever, depending on the day, right? You're gonna get me saying I'm gonna flip one, flip for the other, depending on that. So I am a KRS fan, but I felt that, in my opinion, people think I'm crazy, that Big Daddy Kane did a better show. Just my opinion. He wasn't holding the mic out for the crowd to say his lyrics. He wasn't like, he wasn't overly amped. He did his job. So I felt like Big Daddy Kane upset. It was an upset with KRS-One and Big Daddy Kane. It was a great battle. So Nas could upset him. But going into the battle, the tail of the tape, I don't think Nas could beat Jay-Z in the verses. It'll be a very good battle, and Nas will pull out some tricks. But I think that in the long run, right? I just told you Nas could do 2 hours. The show would be amazing. We would all say it's great. But I think at the end of that 2 hours, Jay-Z would still have records. Just gonna be honest. He would just outlast them. It's like going to a casino and you got a big ass thing of chips, right? At some point, you might start running out of chips. This guy just got too many chips. He just could keep betting, betting. I think Jay-Z got too many records. At one point, Nas wasn't putting out no output. I know y'all remember that stretch of like 5-6 years where Nas didn't do nothing. So it's just longevity. I think Jay-Z just gonna have too many records. He gonna outlast Nas. And as it started to get on, God forbid this shit go an hour and a half, 2 hours. God forbid, because Nas is my guy. So you can go 2 hours, but if you're a Nas fan, them 2 hours is gonna be amazing. But if you're there to see the battle, it's gonna be records that Nas gonna do that's not gonna be conducive to that's a non-Nas fan. So it's gonna be like, damn, we're an hour and a half in this shit. This nigga Jay still coming. We bringing out state property and shit. Like, it's just gonna get crazy. Now, don't get me wrong. Nas gonna have surprises. It's gonna be a great battle. But I think yet another one. I think Hov gonna outlast him. I'm just gonna be honest. Let me continue. And Nas is my guy. I just told you that. Number 3, Dr. Dre, the West Coast mogul. I'm not gonna waste a lot of time reading this. I'm just gonna be honest because I don't think Dr. Dre can beat Jay-Z in a versus just off the sheer fact that Dre don't write his stuff and Jay does. And that's gonna be like, yo, Charles, not about this, about the songs, da. But when we start getting up on that stage and start, we're gonna be judging the battle for who's up there, what they're saying, da. Some of the stuff Dre gonna be saying, you're gonna be like, Dre didn't write that. Jay wrote some of these joints, and you know, it's just gonna get murky. Let's just be honest. Now, as far as a showman, yeah, Dre gonna bring out 50 Cent, Eminem, da. So it's gonna get ugly with the show. It's gonna get ugly with the show. But as far as rapper versus rapper, which is what we're looking at when we say, okay, it's gonna be Jay versus Dr. Dre, Dre gonna put a show. Right? Dre gonna put a show. And I don't even think Dre got enough solo records to stand up there. Yeah, we're gonna get da. Half his records, Snoop gotta come out. RBX got to come out, like, you know what I'm saying? The Dog Pound got to come out, Warren G. Like, it's going to be whoever is on the record with him. It ain't many solo hit records by Dre. So we're going to be looking at a cavalcade of rappers coming out, and Jay going to be standing up there by himself. You know what I mean? So it's going to be like, I don't think he got enough records. It's going to be other people's records. It's going to be other people's records that Dre got to do to compete with Jay, and it's going to sound, after a while, it's going to be like, yo, these ain't even Dre's records. That's Snoop Dogg record, right? Yeah, it's gonna be, that's Eminem. Like, so I don't think Dre got enough solo records to hang with him. I'm not even gonna waste my time reading this. So no, Dre can't beat him. Let me continue. He can make it look good. It'll be a great show. But I don't think Dr. Dre can beat Jay-Z in an hour-long versus with his own material. No. Let me continue. Number 4, Eminem. Now this one where it gets spicy, right? Like your boy Drake say. It gets spicy. Eminem's early music punched through mainstream radio with graphic storytelling and violent humor that turned discomfort into a moment. Every verse carried the posture of someone daring you to look away. The early 2000s saw Eminem dominating charts, award shows, and global conversations of accountability in music. He sold over 220 million records worldwide and remains one of the top-selling artists in music history across any genre. Jay-Z and Eminem's Renegade, which they would have to do at the battle together, they would have to do that, let's just be honest, is one of the best collabs of all time. Eminem's accolades back it up with 15 Grammy wins, an Academy Award for Lose Yourself, multiple Billboard Music Awards, and a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction. More importantly, he has had staying power while other artists faded. M evolved by dropping Recovery, Kamikaze, and Music to Be Murdered by deep into his second act of his career. While Eminem has been criticized for appropriation and emotional distance, his presence has forced hip-hop and his audience to confront who gets to partake and at what cost. Now, I am an Eminem fan. I listen to a lot of Eminem stuff. I listen to Kamikaze. I listen to, what's the name of the one that everybody hated before Kamikaze? I did a very brutal review of that. Can't remember the name of that shit, but it has the American flag cover, I did a brutal review when I was doing my album reviews about that record. I don't remember what the shit, I can't remember for the life of me, but he came back with Kamikaze, and I said, that's a great comeback. That's a hip-hop album. But at the end of the day, in my opinion, there are not a lot of Jay-Z albums that people were like, yeah, that shit's not working. Eminem has a bunch of those where people were like, yeah, that album is not working. Eminem's my guy. I'm going to be honest with you. And Jay's my guy. Now, we're talking standing on stage, hit for hit. Eminem got big records. But if that room is not half Eminem fans, right? Let's just I'm going to go even further. How many, you got cultural hits that Jay-Z going to bleed into Eminem fans? I don't know how many cultural hits that Eminem record's going to bleed into Jay-Z fans. Yes, he got Lose Yourself, got some really big records, but let's just be honest. Eminem hits are really fan-driven. He got big records, don't get me wrong. I love Eminem. Eminem got some big records, but are those records going to sustain for 2 hours in a room of pure hip-hop heads, right? Or fans of the culture? You're going to have to have a Jay-Z could move bodies in any room. I'm trying to tell you some shit. Jay-Z can move bodies in Eminem in any room. Can Eminem move bodies in any room for 2 hours? All right? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Eminem got big records. He got some big hit records. The record with Rihanna, he got a lot of big hits records. Search Your Feelings, Luke. Can Eminem move a room of people of all kinds, shapes and sizes and cultures? Can he move that room with his records for 2 hours straight? I'm not talking about his fans. Yes, Eminem could tour right now, massive tour to sell out, But if that room is not full of Eminem fans, can he still move it? You want to say the same thing about Jay? I 100% believe Jay could go into almost any room, right? Except for that Tom Brady. Who was that Tom Brady? When Tom Brady got inaugurated into the Patriots Hall of Fame, whatever. He asked Jay-Z to come perform. That didn't go so well. But other than that, right? Those are old white people that don't listen to rap at all. But other than that, I think Jay-Z could go into an Eminem concert and come out and rock that shit for fucking 45 minutes. I'm just gonna be honest. Now, can Eminem do the same? That's all I'm saying. I don't know if Eminem could rock a Jay-Z crowd for 45 minutes. So what I'm saying is, I think Jay-Z got a longer track record of just pure body rocking. Like we used to say back in the day, body moving, body rocking hits that could, whether you like the song or not, it's just a banger. I don't know if Eminem has bangers like that to go an hour and a half with Jay-Z dropping these bombs on them. Just going to be honest. So I think that Eminem would put on a great effort. I don't think he's beating Hov. I'm just going to be honest. Charge you a D-Rider, man. Let me continue. Drake, the streaming era titan. I'm going to say this. I'm not reading all this. It's a nice effort to make Drake look whatever, but I think right now in this climate, and we're gonna have to do the same thing for Kanye that we did for Drake and vice versa. We're gonna have to say let's scrap all that. But right now, in the climate right now, it's going to be tough for Drake to stand in front of a pure hip-hop crowd, or even a crowd of music lovers without his own fans in there. It's going to be really tough, right? For Drake, with all the scandals, all this, that, and the third, to stand up there and go neck for neck with a guy who has almost no scandals, has almost no points in this game where he's turned his back on hip-hop. You're going to say, well, he said that we was done kneeling with Kaepernick. Well, we were done kneeling when Kaepernick. So I don't know why that's still a thing. At the time when he said it, we were done kneeling, but nobody had the balls to say it. But other than that, no one's going to say, okay, Drake could go toe-to-toe with a guy that's pretty much put his neck out there for the culture at this point. This is the reason you got Kendrick on that stage at the Super Bowl. No other reason. Hands down, if it wasn't for Jay, you wouldn't have got Kendrick on that stage doing Not Like Us and none of that shit that you got all these memes and shit from. So Jay did that, right? So Drake going on stage against a man who's highly regarded as the top tier of this culture, Drake can't beat him no matter what song he do. Because it's going to look hollow. He got some big records, but there's a lot of people looking at Drake sideways right now. They're not looking at him like they used to. So they're not going to get into that record. It's going to be a lot of people don't want to be on camera seeing bopping to Drake. Let's just be honest. So it's going to be a lot of people doing this like, man, what's up with your boy? But let's just say for shits and giggles, none of that ever happened, right? None of that ever happened. And we get Drake, pure Drake. People still love Drake. And we get pure Jay-Z. People still love Jay-Z. Song for song. Like I said, now Drake gonna rock out. He gonna give you an hour and a half, 2 hours of a whole lot of good records. I'm gonna say that. But some of that stuff gonna be fluff. Some of that stuff gonna be huff and puff, right? Some of that stuff gonna be Pokemon, right? It's gonna be Jigglypuff and Pikachu, and people gonna be like, okay, this okay. But then when Ho come back with them smackers and them MOP joints, they're gonna be like, yo, this boy is up against something he ain't got no business being up there against. When Ho start doing them hard-ass Brooklyn anthems and this, that, and the third, and this dude is up there, his hardest record is 0 to 100, right? It's gonna start to look like you're outmatched. He's beating your ass. I'm just gonna be honest. All that fluff shit sound good, but when you go on a versus against a guy doing straight up hip-hop bangers, it's gonna look crazy. It's going to look crazy. Drake gonna run out of steam, and God forbid he try to do them fucking, I used to call you on my cell phone. That's not gonna play well. It's not gonna play well. So you're gonna eliminate half of them big records, That's not gonna play well. It's a big record, but in a versus, that's not gonna play well. So no, Drake can't beat Jay-Z. I know y'all saying, God dang, can anybody beat this motherfucker? Somebody can beat him. Let's keep talking. This is all my opinion. I don't know how you feel. You probably feel like different. Now, Lil Wayne. There was a stretch of time when Lil Wayne didn't have to chase the charts because he was flooding them. His official albums, the Carter 2, Carter 3, Carter 4 were commercial wins that have settled into classic status. The Carter 3 alone earned him 4 Grammys, including Best Rap Album. However, his informal catalog, including Dedication, The Drought, and No Ceilings, made the mixtape circuit feel like a major label rollout. Outside of taking over music, Wayne launched Young Money Entertainment, signed Drake and Nicki Minaj, and extended his reach into shaping the next decade of rap. That alone earns him a place in the Verzuz conversation built around impact. Still, some argue that Wayne's catalog is too chaotic or unstructured for a battle, yet in a Verzuz, chaos can work. Wayne doesn't need polished edges. He just needs a mic and 20 records that can still make a room yell on cue. Wayne right now, as it stands, Wayne could not beat Jay-Z in a Verzuz under no circumstances because his performance is not good. He has the records. He has what it takes. He has the features. If people come out, it'll be crazy when he get his real features going, right? But at the end of the day, the Wayne we see right now in front of us with that high-pitched screaming, yelling over the music, all offbeat here and there and there, I don't think Wayne, and then he's unstable. He's not always available for shows. He just missed for whatever reason, he just missed the Cash Money versus No Limit versus. He missed that. So God knows if he would even show up to this thing. Plus, he got to be able to rehearse and prepare. I don't know if Lil Wayne is there anymore. So ain't no way in the world in 2025 Lil Wayne is prepared enough, stable enough, sober enough to do a versus that would have any meaningful impact against a man as focused as Jay-Z, right? I don't see it. Now, Wayne, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, then we got a conversation. Not this Wayne, but like shits and giggles, like I did for Drake and like I did for Eminem and I think I said, no, not Eminem, Kanye. Let's remove all of that. Wayne's sober, Wayne's healthy, he's ready to go, he's ready to. It would be a problem for Jay. I'm just gonna be honest. Wayne would be a real problem for Jay. That swagger, that hubris, that attitude. Yes, Wayne would be a very serious problem for Jay-Z. I don't know if Wayne could outlast it, but Wayne got some hit records, gang, and he started doing some of them records that, listen, them radio records. He gonna be a problem for Jay. But like I say, we gotta ignore a lot of things. He got to be sober. He gotta show up on time. Like, it's a lot of shit Wayne would have to do. Wayne, I'm just gonna be honest. I have to say, Wayne might be the one that could beat Jay, but we're talking a lot of variables. A lot of variables for Wayne to beat Jay. And even with Jay doing the Brooklyn thing, this, that, and the third, all them underground hits or the anthems you ain't never heard, Wayne could come out with some freestyles, some mixtape shit. Wayne would be a problem. I just have to admit. But I'm removing a lot of shit. As it stands right now, in the real world, Wayne ain't even a threat. I think Wayne got a good 25 minutes before it's over. The Wayne as we got right now. 25 minutes, battle over. But if you remove all that, Wayne probably the one on this list that I say could actually beat Jay from start to finish because he got so many records. 50 Cent, the hustler turned tycoon. Let me say this right now. 50 ain't got nothing for nothing. Now, I understand that 50 got a lot of big records. 50, listen, I don't have no problem with 50. 50 just did one of the biggest tours, his final tour. In rap, 50 really got a lot of fans. He got a lot of steam. Let me read this. The hustler turned tycoon. Some careers are planned while all others are forced into existence. 50 Cent's debut was backed by Eminem, co-signed by Dre, and propelled by a bulletproof narrative that the streets already knew. Soon, 50 Cent was occupying the same rooms and chasing the same territories as Jay-Z. When 50 disrupted the early 2000s, Jay was stepping into executive roles at Def Jam. Their names came up in the same conversations, not as allies, but as forces at one point. Jay warned his rock artists to fall back because 50 is coming. It wasn't a diss, but recognition. 50 suggests that Jay-Z is only successful because of his Beyonce. Since then, 50 has become a mogul in his own right. His television empire with BMF as well as Power and its spinoffs, giving him cultural reach far beyond music. He's still touring and drawing crowds. More importantly, his supporters believe he still has a catalog strong enough to match Jay-Z in the Verzuz to remind people how quickly he took over. I say 50 Cent got a real strong catalog. He can give you 2 hours of material. I do not think that material is iconic as Jay-Z in the slightest. I know people want to say, Charles, you crazy. I'm going to give 50 Cent 45 minutes of a strong, like, listen, oh yeah, 50 doing his thing. 45 minutes. Jay-Z catalog too strong. It's too long. 45 minutes, just getting warmed up. I think we're going to get all of 50 Cent whole catalog in 45 minutes. It's your birthday, all of it. Go show all that, 45 minutes. It's going to be, guys, fuck it, give him an hour. The first hour, it's going to be bang, bang. It's like a heavyweight boxing match. They slugging it out, bang, bang. It look good, it sound good. Then as that, he going to start to tire out. Not physically, it's just the records. They're going to start to get a little less. Right here, he got fucking Lloyd Banks coming out now. Like, fucking, you got Tony Yayo out there now because he's trying to do G-Unit shit, this, that, and third. I don't feel like it's going to last, especially, God forbid, this dude Hov start bringing out these features. You got Beyonce out there with a Cowboy Carter shit on. You bringing out Memphis Bleak. You bringing out Khaled. Like, it just get crazy. It just get ridiculous. At this point, the records are still big. Hour and a half, we're still getting massive records. We're not even scratching the surface. Hour and a half later, he's going to outlast 50 Cent easily, just my opinion. 50 Cent got big records, gang, but I don't think he got more than an hour worth. Just gonna be honest, 50 Cent could do 2 hour show, but that's for his fans. Let me continue. The last one, according to Erica Marie, is Snoop Dogg, the cultural mainstay. Snoop Dogg is probably the one who has enough history, cultural sway, and just basically music that can back it up, solo and otherwise. I think Snoop is the one that really could give, with a smile, give Jay-Z a real problem. Let me say this. Snoop Dogg, the cultural mainstay, the double O, double G's arrival was under Dr. Dre's wing. Look how many of these people are under Dre. Just give Dre a round of applause right there. You already said, we said Snoop, Eminem, 50. These guys are all under Aftermath. And we said Dr. Dre himself could be. These are heavy hitters in this game. Salute to them being cultural icons. Let me continue. The Double OG's arrival was under Dr. Dre's wing on the Chronic before delivering one of the most important solo debuts in hip-hop history. Doggy Style went straight to #1 and solidified G-Funk as a national sound. Gin and Juice, Who Am I, What's My Name, and Murder Was the Case were West Coast cultural signals. As far as Snoop crossing paths with Jay-Z in the booth is concerned, they haven't shared a deep discography together. However, Jay wrote for Dre's Still DRE, which features Snoop. And Snoop, like Jay, has mastered the hip-hop pivot. He moved through Death Row, No Limit, and Pharrell's orbit without ever compromising who he was. That kind of adaptability earns its own lane. So, I'm going to say this, and this is the realest shit I could tell you, gang. In regards to Snoop beating Jay-Z, Snoop probably is the one. Outside of this recent Trump MAGA shit he went on to open up for the inauguration, outside of that, right, I just got to be a buck. Snoop does have the catalog. He has the longevity. He does have the stage presence. He does have the features. He can bring out pretty much anybody in this business. If anybody could go 2 hours with Jay and stand there at the end with a smile and a joint and a cup, a chalice of wine, still have drink, and still say that I went toe-to-toe to Jay and possibly beat him, it is Snoop. I'm going to be honest. Snoop got records that span 30 years, just like Jay-Z. Let's just be honest. They were fighting for shelf space at the same time. Matter of fact, I think Snoop was out before Jay-Z. Let's just be honest. And Snoop records from 1992 is washing shit from right now. So, gang, I'm going to have to say this. This is going to be tough to say. And I know you saying, Challz, you've been D-riding the whole fucking video. I think Snoop, I think Snoop could take Jay if given the right circumstances. It would be tough because Jay got really, really big records and he can go 2 hours. But Snoop gonna go them 2 hours with him with some really big records all through the No Limit phase, all through the Pharrell phase. He gonna keep going with him. It's gonna be a real knockdown, drag out. I say Snoop probably the only man that could last and actually beat Jay-Z. Let's just be honest now. I know a lot of you not going to agree because you feel the way about Snoop. I feel the way about Snoop right now. But Snoop is just, he got too many songs. He got Dre in his corner. It's too many people he can bring out. It's going to be tough. Let's just be honest. Now, Jay going to do what Jay does, and Jay going to go to 2 hours. Let's leave it at this. It would be a great battle. It would be a great battle. Probably end of the tie and niggas shaking hands and hugging. So if anybody could hands down beat the man, Snoop could be the one to squeeze it out. And I'm going to leave it at that, man. If you tell me out of all these 8 people who could beat Jay-Z, I'm going to have to say Snoop, man. Listen, let me know what you think in the comments. CLBMG, head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. Also, every Wednesday night, we go live on the What Show, me, TJ, and Fliz. We might talk about this, all right? I have 8 social media platforms. You can catch us. The What Show at 9:15 on any of those platforms, all right? My Patreon is coming. I'm going to keep y'all tapped in on that. I'm going to catch you on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw a 6-pass easily. 6-man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within. With the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin with the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first, I took a block down on the west side end, and then secured a spot with some goons and some kin, and then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months' time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs, and yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb, and yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word, and he the one that got it cracking, and all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like Pats fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe, then put some food in his face, and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share. Tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location. Tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here and we ain't the cheese, we the trap.